This is a clear message. Again, as I've said before, they have replaced white-only signs with legislation. 86.9% of the white population, or is the white population in the state of Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
They have reversed reproductive rights in that state. Okay, no more abortions. Got to have babies, white women.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have babies. And because we are making you do this, and I'm literally making you, we'll give you a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make sure that for whatever reasons, because we're making you have these babies, if you just happen to not be in a committed relationship with the baby daddy,
we gonna make sure
you still have what you need, because we need more white babies.
Wow.
We need more white people.
And what was the first thing that I said when I saw that article, DT? I said, why do they have to have a black woman that's pregnant?
Let me look at the picture.
Yeah.
She don't look black to me.
Yeah, she don't look black to you?
Let me say it this way. She looks like, from my lens, she looks like
she has a darker skin tone.
Because I'm looking at the hair also.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe, my first impression was that she may have been a woman of Latin descent or Mediterranean. She got very olive skin and very straight hair.
And what was those numbers again? How many black people are in Kentucky?
2. 2.
So it is.
We all know where the black folks are in Kentucky.
Yes.
It's either Lexington, where the university is, or Louisville.
Oh, Louisville.
Period.
You're right.
Now, there's, like I said, there's smaller towns. Like my father is from Henderson, Kentucky.
Is that near Frankfurt?
That's near Evansville.
Oh, okay.
You could get to Nashville within probably an hour and a half from Henderson.
Nice. Well, let's go to the True Talk line. Winky Blue, you are on Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to both of y'all. Hey, listen, when you talk about abortion, and I was just listening to what you guys were talking about, and we were talking about, and I heard you saying white people have more babies. Well, listen, we gotta be really careful how we handle that, because our population, blacks, our population is actually dwindling, and we're sitting at a 14%, and that's been there for a long time, when other groups are going right ahead. And I'm not going to say it's just due to solely abortion, okay? But we the ones need to be having more babies, because the people that come into this country, they don't breed with us, including the Africans or the Haitians that come into this community. They don't, now, and the Arabs, they don't breed with us. We pretty much left alone. We pretty much the solo people. And so when I see about us, our numbers dwindling, and these other people that are coming into this country, that are melting us out, and they're not coming here saying that it's a melting pot, brother. Coming to enjoy the melting pot, because they come in with their flag. See, if they came in and wrapped themselves in the old American flag, and it's got all kind of skeletons in that, but if they clothe themselves in that, it's a different thing. But these people come in carrying their own flags, man. So abortion, I try to discourage it as much as I can, because for my people, you understand. And I don't care what other folk do, but I'm talking about black folk. Only up until about 73, 74, we even embraced that mess. Jesse Jackson came in when they changed the word from abortion to a woman's right to choose. And when a woman's right to choose came in, guess what? It became a fight, a battle. And let me get out of here. I talk too much already, okay?
It's okay, Winky Blue. They say the same thing about me, but we appreciate... I understand being in the club of you talk too much. I'm with you, Winky Blue. But you know what? We still here. No, thank you for your perspective. On the Truth Talking text line, the caller says there's no way to prove who the father is before. Well, no, actually, the caller presents us in the form of the question. No way to prove who the father is before birth? Dudes in Kentucky going to be calling Maury Povich as soon as they hear a woman say she's pregnant, LOL. Well, to answer your question, yes. Prenatal DNA testing makes it possible to confirm paternity as early as 7 weeks into the pregnancy. So see, the Kentucky state legislation, they already knew this. This is all part of the long-term plan to increase the white population.
Right.
So they were like, okay, and quite frankly, the caller, it's a very non-invasive method. And it produces highly accurate results. It's no risk to the health of the unborn child, at least based on what I'm getting from the ARC Point Labs website. That's the source that I'm looking at.
Yeah. Well, it'll be good to hear from a female. Erica, you are on Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. So I would love to know what the statistic is on how many of the abortions are black versus white. And the reason I ask that, because here in Milwaukee, the majority of abortions are black. I used to work at Ascension, St. Joe's, and in women's health care. And I worked closely with doctors and nurses, and the stories I heard were not fun to hear. I even heard one where a young black couple decided on abortion because the gender was not ideal for their plans. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. For me personally, I've listened to your radio station for a long time. I want to be the voice of, hey, let's put some data out there. And I think before we say, oh, well, white people just want to procreate and, put black people, whatever, in the grave or whatever, I just want to stand up and say, hey, this is the data, Do white people have abortions? You absolutely. But I think we also have to, again, understand the data, and this could go on and on. Same thing with absolute disgusting police officers across the United States, but there's 700,000 of them. What percent has beat up a black person to the point of death? Very few, right? And yet, the Black Lives Matter started. Listen, I am pro-black. I've been in social justice my whole life, serving every single, type of person. And I don't know. I just want to make sure that the facts are out there.
Well, Erica, thank you so much for calling. And I'd just like to ask you to consider redirecting your attention because, first of all, number one, I don't know, Telly, if you said this, but I never said white people want to put black people in the grave. That never came out of my mouth. And also, Erica, when you're listening and you're engaging these types of conversations, understand this. The focal point in this type of legislation is not about the number of black people having abortions. It is all about the number of abortions that white women are having. So whether it's in Milwaukee or whether it's in the entire state of Kentucky, whether 100,000 women that are black are having abortions, for a number of these legislators, and Erica, just so you know, I thrive off of data. So I'm going to make sure just for you during the break, I'm going to pull up some answers. But let me just say this to you. I don't need data as a black person to understand the intentions and the agenda. Let me be clear with you. So Erica, if you're someone who is data driven, I appreciate that. But as part of being a black person, see, this is and please don't interrupt me, Ben, with a break, because I got to say this. When a black person says, I am constantly experiencing discrimination, I am constantly seeing headlines where, look, keep having abortions, black people, because we're going to make sure that we reverse. It doesn't take data, Erica, when the headline says we are reversing the reproductive rights of women, in particular in states where the majority of the residents are white. And when black people come to you and tell you things about their experience with discrimination and the response is, I need data, how dare you? How dare you? You never have known. And then when you say, well, in the Black Lives Matter movement, and then to insinuate that we want to put black people in the grave, I never said that. Actually, Erica, if you want me to go there, this has nothing to do with black people.
Absolutely
Keep
not.
having abortions.
Yeah.
We're not even. This is nothing to do with black people. This is all about supporting. So let's do the math. Since we're having a data-driven conversation, which again, I think that's very dismissive when we are on a Black Talk radio show talking about black issues and talking about blatant decisions that remind us that white women continue to be protected. So if I said to you, Erica, and hear me out, every time I've worked in predominantly white environments and I've had an issue or I've had someone discriminate against me or someone question my intelligence, if I respond with passion, oh, you're angry. You're an angry black woman or you're stirring up trouble. But then when my white female counterpart has an issue and starts crying, the whole office shuts down. I got to give you data to validate that? My feelings do not require data.
Yeah.
My feelings are my feelings. And when I, as a human being, Erica, because you claim that you're a human being and you support all people, I don't need to give you data to let you know that this story is reminding me how white women are protected and black women are not. That's my data for you.
Yeah.
My feelings don't require data. And until you've walked in the shoes of being a black woman, don't counter my feelings of discrimination with, and white people, some of y'all do this all the time. You have no idea, Erica. I don't care if you marched with King. I don't care if you voted for Barack Obama. I don't care if Michael Jordan is your favorite basketball player. Until you have walked the shoes day to day of being a black woman in this country, do not counter my feelings with, well, where's the data? Because you have access to the data just as much as I do. It's called Google, it's called Wikipedia, and it's also called the Dewey Decimal System for those that are old school. But what you won't do on this black radio show is that when I tell you how I'm feeling about things, if you truly want to understand on how to be a part of the solution, say things like that must be really hard. How can I support you versus I want the data because you just said that we're trying to put black people to the grave. That never came out of my mouth. So while you're concerned about data, make sure that when you quote me 100%. Have a great day.
Well, boy, and the True Talker text line, I am so glad, Ben, that we did not have to go to break because it is lighting up. Mercedes says, come on, DT. Christina says, thank you, DT, for getting Erica straight. And
it kills me every time a black woman expresses frustration. It is not take a rocket science.
Yeah.
86% of the population in Kentucky are white. Now, out of all the years that abortion was legal, now all of a sudden you've taken that away from women, but now you're protecting a certain demographic. But now I got to give you data? Again, quit giving black people homework when we tell you how we feel. Be a part of the solution.
And also on top of that, let's not discount the fact that there are so many projections that white people will be the minority by the year 2030. And so let's not act like that doesn't exist because that does exist.
I'm so sorry because I've been quiet this week, but y'all done got me starting now. So even with when she said something about black police officers or police officers, you know, it doesn't matter, Erica, if it's 1 or 2 or 5,000.
Who deserves to get beat to death?
Let me finish up. She needs to hear this.
Yes.
I am a mother of a black son, Erica, who looks just like George Floyd. You will never know what it feels like to wake up in the morning and pray that your son comes home simply because of the color of his skin and the texture of his hair. And for you, as a quote-unquote human being, when I am telling you how I feel about my experience as a black woman, for you to say, where's the data? That's how you support as a human? I would never walk up to a black mama who just lost her son and say, well, it was just your son. If you look at the whole data, that's how you would adjust, or excuse me, that's how you would address my feelings. Yeah. See, this is why y'all, when people say black women are so angry, because day after day after day after day, this is the kind of conversation I have to have with people who don't look like me that claim they want to support me.
Well, Chucky wants to support you, DT. He says, wow, DT, you are awesome. LMAO. And keep them coming in, Truth Nation. 833-212-1017. Y'all done got her started.
Man, I'm already not on the, and Telly will tell you, this has been a week for me.
Yes. So,
this is what's crazy. This is Women's History Month.
Yeah.
And that's how and you do it on a public airway.